Somewhere along your journey of awakening, maybe after that earth-shaking insight during a meditation retreat, or the raw unraveling of a brutal breakup, you felt it. The veil lifted. You glimpsed the grand illusion, the ego's endless chase, the societal scripts we'd all been force-fed, the noise of success that suddenly sounded so hollow. At first, it was electric, empowering, like stepping out of a stuffy room into wide-open sky. But then, quietly, without fanfare, the colors faded. The passion that once lit you up dimmed to a flicker. You stopped scrolling for inspiration. Ambitions that used to pulse like a heartbeat now felt optional. Not in a dramatic crash, but in that soft, existential exhale. Why bother? If you've been there, staring at the ceiling, wondering why the truth feels more like a thief than a gift, this video's for you. We're unpacking the paradox no one warns you about. Why spiritual awakening often leaves you numb, unmotivated, and strangely empty. Drawing from Carl Jung's timeless wisdom, we'll explore what's really happening in your psyche. Why this fog is end failure, its fertile ground, and how to emerge with a motivation deeper than drive. If that resonates, hit like right now. It tells the algorithm and me, you're ready for the real talk. Subscribe for more on the messy, mystical side of growth, because awakening isn't a straight line. It's a spiral. Let's lean in. I remember the call like it was yesterday. My friend Sarah Sharp as attack, the kind of seeker who'd devour Eckhart Tolle one morning and Alan Watts by lunch sounded hollow. Months earlier, she'd shattered through a dark night of the soul, lost her job, her relationship imploded, and in the wreckage, she got it. The illusion of self, the ego's frantic scramble for external fixes. It all crumbled. She emerged glowing, journaling synchronicities, radiating that post-awakening buzz. I see it now, she'd said. Nothing to prove, just be. But 2 months on? Bedbound, staring at cracks in the plaster. I used to beat myself up for not hustling harder, she confessed. Now, I don't care if I do anything at all. I thought this would set me free, not leave me flat. If Sarah's story echoes yours, know this. You're not broken. You're in the eye of a psychological storm Carl Jung mapped a century ago. Jung, the Swiss mystic meets scientist, didn't peddle enlightenment as bliss-out vibes. He called it gritty. Enlightenment doesn't come by imagining figures of light, but by making the darkness conscious. Poetic, sure, but live it, and it's a gut punch. Awakening isn't the fireworks finale, it's the demolition phase. The structures propping your old self-careers, built on shoulds, relationships fueled by approval, goals glued to validation, they collapse. Your ego, that plucky narrator scripting your wins, loses its plot. No news story? Motivation evaporates. It's not laziness or depression, though it can mimic them. It's limbo. You've woken from the dream, but the dawn's still hazy. Jung would nod knowingly. This is individuation's messy middle, a sacred void where old you dies so true you can breathe. Before we descend deeper, a quick anchor. If you're new here on Fractal Wisdom, welcome. We're all about bridging ancient psyche hacks with modern soul-searching psychology, spirituality, the raw edges of awakening. Hit subscribe and that bell. We drop these weekly to light up your shadows. Back to the fog. Jung saw the psyche as a dynamic duo. Conscious ego, your I, the mask maker, versus the vast unconscious, repressed bits, ancestral echoes. Pre-awakening, motivation flowed from ego's engine, prove your worth. Dodge the void, rack up the wins. It's survival code, adaptive till it's not. But insight cracks the chassis. You spot the game's rigged, the self a fiction. Suddenly, egos fuel fear of failure, thirst for praise sours. Why grind for illusions you now see through? Jung nailed it. We've outgrown the persona, that social camouflage, keeping us likable. Without it, old ambitions hang loose, like ill-fitting clothes. You're not unmotivated, you've molted. The self, that transcendent core, Jung's God image within stirs, but it's quiet. It craves expression, not applause. Jobs? Only if they sing your soul song. Relationships? Depth over dazzle. Purpose? Not a Pinterest board, but an inner hum. This recalibration rejects the fake forced fleeting. It's why high-vibe only gurus gloss over it. They sell the spark, not the stall. But Jung warned, skip the integration and you bypass into spiritual numbness. Detachment twists to disconnection. The self doesn't want escape. It wants embodiment heaven in your human hustle. So what's this middle phase, Jung flagged? The one that feels like floating in fog. He termed it enantiodromia, the psyche's pendulum swing where extremes flip to opposites. You've swung from ego's frantic do-do-do to soul serene. Why? From typist driver to hermit in sweatpants. It's not breakdown, it's breakthrough's basement. In myths Jung loved, from alchemical Negredo to the Bible's wilderness wander. It's the hermit hour, the cocoon ooze. Caterpillar to butterfly? First, dissolve into goo. No productivity hacks for goo, it's metabolizing madness, shadows surfacing for air. Your psyche's wise. It breaks the bus till you face the freight-buried griefs, unlived dreams, the unacceptable you. Resist. The void deepens. Surrender. Gold glimmers. Jung's shadow work is key. Greet the repressed, the rage, the weakness, the quirks you exiled, not to wallow, but weave them in. The shadow is a moral problem, he wrote, that challenges the whole ego personality. Integrate, and motivation morphs. Not anxious grind, but aligned glow. A quiet yes to what resonates, no to the noise. Ever notice how post-void you crave creation sand spotlight? Journaling for joy, not likes. Walks that whisper wisdom. That's the self emerging, not as guru glow, but grounded guide. Picture it unfolding. You've honored the hush sat with the stillness. Let judgments float by like clouds. No forcing vision boards or manifest mornings, just presence. Then subtly the pull returns. Not a thunderclap, but a tide nudges toward books that beckon, conversations that crackle, projects that pulse with purpose. Jung dubbed this the symbolic life, trusting dreams, synchronicities, gut gnosis as GPS. Not fantasy fluff soul scripture. Life shifts from conquer to co-create. Questions evolve. Ditch, what should I achieve? For, what's quietly calling? Swap, what's the 5-year plan? For where's life leaning? Trade, how do I prove my worth? For what feels fiercely honest? Ambition alchemizes. No longer ego's ego trip, it's devotion to depth, serving through art, healing via heart, building bridges from your breaks. And the magic? It's sustainable. Ego burned hot and fast. Self simmers steady. Waves crash fatigue, fog flares, grief echoes, but no inner war. You're not dragging. You're dancing with what is. Jung's promise. This isn't anti-motivation. It's Maida. Express, don't impress. The self leads to ordinary wonders, a walk that weaves poetry, a chat that mends souls, because your yes rings true. If Sarah's story sparked a nod or your own ceiling stair sighs, this void is your velvet rope to version 2.0. Jung didn't sugarcoat. Awakening's no easy enlightenment. It's excavation. But emerge you will with a flame fiercer than frenzy, rooted in wholeness, not chasing spark, channeling source. You're not lost, you're launching. What's your fog felt like? A stall that stunned or the silence that saved? Drop it in the comments. Let's normalize the nectar in the nowhere. If this unraveled a knot, like and share. It might be someone's lifeline. And subscribe to Fractal Wisdom for more on Psyche's poetry, soul's syntax, awakening's arcs. We turn the invisible intimate one insight at a time. Thanks for sitting in the stillness with me. May your next nudge light the way. See you in the spiral.